The lucrative trade of poppy tar, the psychoactive substance in heroin, has been one of the few constants over decades of war and chaos in Afghanistan. But last April, the Taliban government declared poppy cultivation strictly prohibited. Ghulam Rasul grew 5 hectares last year, earning around $17,000, a small fortune in Afghanistan. This year he downsized to a small patch in his private compound. But just days before he was ready to harvest, men came to enforce the ban.
We wouldn't have any other worries if the Taliban helped us. But because they crushed our poppy fields, they should give us help and alternatives. But they are not saying anything about providing us with alternatives. They haven't given us anything so far.
Deputy Counter-Narcotics Minister Abdul Haq Akhundzada says nearly 3,000 hectares of poppy had been destroyed since the start of the season. That figure is a fraction of the 233,000 hectares the United Nations on Drug and Crime estimated were harvested in 2022. Opium production provided about half of the Taliban insurgents' revenues in 2016. By 2020, the last full year of rule by the Western-backed government, 85% of the world's opium was flowing out of Afghanistan. In opium-producing areas of Afghanistan, AFP saw that wheat had been planted in some areas where poppy flowers once bloomed. As the Taliban government eradicates poppy crops, farmers lament losing their vital source of revenue.
The Taliban came. I told them to leave this field. For God's sake. I've worked hard on it. I've taken a loan for it, thinking it will make me some money. I don't have anything. But they told me they've been ordered, and that they're under someone else's command.
News of the ban sent local per kilogram prices nearly doubling to about $200 last year. While opium farming was illegal under the ousted government, the authorities never had a secure grip on power in rural Afghanistan. In exile and in government, the Taliban have always had a reputation for fiercely enforcing law and order, extending to public corporal punishments and even executions during their first rule.
Sustenance comes from God, not from the poppies. They opted for other crops. There are alternative crops to the poppies.